It's the dawn of a new age, and your perception of sports is about to change. No bats, no balls, no sticks, no boundaries. From this day forward, the world in sports will never be the same. These are the Extreme Games. Fort Adams, Newport, Rhode Island. Straight from the heart to the halfpipe. They ramped it up at the Inline Vert, jazzing with stunts, jumps, and a just-do-it attitude. Is it air, art, or aggression that motivates these rock and rollers? Jack Edwards and Mark Shays show us how these bad boys kept on spinning.
Well, keep your seatbelts on because we're bringing you right up to speed on this event. The common thread between the 8 skaters who would go head-to-head in the Inline Vert final, each wanted the other to do almost as well as himself. And Fry will be first into the halfpipe, 60 seconds apiece to impress the judges. The winner has a huge advantage because he gets to hang out for a while all the losers battle for the right to meet him for the championship. And then, of course, he has the luxury of being able to lose once and still being able to win it because it is double elimination. Take a look at the footwork and the smoothness of Tom Fry.
Tom going big right at the beginning. He knows who he's skating up against. He's airing both directions and grinding both directions. This is something you will not see the other skaters doing. He's an all-around incredible skater. And these are some of the most difficult tricks we are seeing all night. It's the equivalent of
being able to shoot jump shots with either hand in basketball, to be able to go either direction.
Oh, Tom is just mixing it up incredibly well. Back-to-back 540s, a backflip for the crowd.
10 seconds left. Doesn't have much time.
And Tom is
doesn't have much energy.
Happy to stay with a 50-second run. He knows he did just about everything as well as he could possibly do it.
Chris Edwards never has lost a major inline vert competition. And now he has to beat a stoked Cesar Mora, who put on a very impressive performance. But Edwards loves to rise to the challenge, and rise would be the right word. They call him the Airman.
Huge! And a nice judo McTwist followed by a rocket twist. He went down. If he gets up quickly and pulls out his best stuff, he's still in the game.
60 seconds, the clock keeps ticking. Even as Chris Edwards climbs the ladder, he's got to beat 91.11. That is a steep score if you have dumped it in the middle of your skate.
And a mute to late 450, not perfectly clean, but incredibly difficult.
You can hear Chris Edwards huffing. He has had to skate 3 times in very short order. This is his 4th skate of the night as well. Edwards and Mora each beat Arlo Eisenberg, dismissing Eisenberg early. Now does Edwards follow? The last American left in the competition finishes up his routine. Will it finish his night? Was it enough?
Eliminated with a score of 90.0. This time, the airman Chris Edwards fell a little flat.
60 seconds apiece on the halfpipe for Cesar Mora and Tom Fry and Mark Shays. These are 2 skaters with markedly different styles.
Incredibly different. Tom does not necessarily woo the crowds quite like Cesar does, but it's because he doesn't necessarily do tricks they understand. He does some of the most technical tricks. He goes both directions. He does the most difficult tricks of any skater out here, and the judges know it.
No question, these are the two finest skaters we've seen tonight. They have battled all the way through. Fry in the winner's bracket, Mora through the difficult loser's bracket.
And Tom is really mixing it up.
Throwing his share of air, and of course what Fry does best, those coping tricks. Up top. Tough stumble and down he goes. That opens the door for Mora.
Tom knows this is it. He's got to get up and he's got to hustle.
Fry skating for the 4th time tonight, has not been able to train a lot this week because he's been nursing a bad back and he's intentionally been taking it easy.
Nice soul grind. Fortunately, he took care of his big airs right at the beginning. He doesn't have to expend a lot of energy.
About 5 seconds left. The next horn ends the routine of Tom Fry.
And a nice eggplant to fakie. Rotating on his opposite arm.
Tom Fry does have the luxury of having been undefeated coming into this head-to-head matchup. Tom Fry leading the Wonders from Down Under. They take 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Chris Edwards, for the first time, does not win a vert competition. The American finishes 4th.
In the vert competition, he couldn't undermine the boy from Down Under. Still, Chris Edwards took to the air, jumping almost 9 feet. So the Gladiator managed to do it again, going higher than the other hopefuls on the half pipe. Providence, Rhode Island. They were polarized and passionate, with no time to drag their feet. Inline skaters swelled the streets of College Hill. Jim Davidson and Eric Flame decipher the downhill competition.
The start is very crucial. Well, John Trevina in the semis, he had a false start and had to start from back 2. He got a good look at the field and powered through to the opening turn. Maybe that'll help him here. Derek Downing all the way through. He started out in front. John Trevina is in 4th position right now. I don't think that's where he wants to be. Oh, he's moving up on the outside. There we see John Trevina move into 3rd place. And John Trevina swings wide. They all go wide out by the hay bales. It was real tight on that turn. They are carrying a lot of speed. Obviously, this is the finals.
And here we see Jimmy Wiederhold stroking down the hill, and he got right on the back of Derek Downing, and he's very close.
Wiederhold and Downing coming down. Trevina trying to come on strong. Chad Smith is right there. Your top 4 coming at you.
And they're really letting it all hang out all the way through the finish. And Derek Downing, what a race.
Derek Downing with James Wiederhold right on his back. So is John Trevina. And Chad Smith, there are your 4. Derek Downing, he was number 1 at the start. He came in here and he showed everybody that he's the best in the world at inline downhill.
Derek Downing dazzles, winning the inline downhill contest.
400 of the world's most daring athletes, 27 different radical events, 9 over-the-top extreme sports, 7 days of intense competition, 1 killer soundtrack. ESPN presents You Ready for This? Music from the 1995 Extreme Games featuring Mudhoney, Dinosaur Jr., Throwing Muses, B-52s, Babes in Toyland, Biohazard, and more. You Ready for This? Available on Reprise compact disc and cassettes. Take it to the extreme.
They rolled out the rail, ramp, and staircase at the inline street competition. So pull out your city maps as Jack Edwards and Mark Shays take us on a tour of the town.
How do you beat the street? Well, you get 2 preliminary rounds to try to qualify for the final 8. The judges score grinds and rails, launches, and line. Arlo Eisenberg was among the favorite. He knows you got to be gnarly to win here. You got to be pretty tough to get up after some of the biffs, too. Chris Edwards' big crash on the night of the preliminaries came in practice when he collided with a skateboarder. But he would come back, and in his preliminary run, he would light it up, concussion and all.
Chris goes so big.
Quickly over the hip, right to the quarter pipe. His pace is unbelievable so far. Toward the launch box.
Oh, yeah! And a gigantic front flip. And the crowd is going crazy here.
Rarely has Arlo Eisenberg faced adversity on a street course, but his first round score has him only in 7th place. He's really going to have to show something big here to move up. He's not on tonight.
That, however, was an incredibly difficult trick. One-footed grinds on rails are the most innovative, newest tricks. To the launch box. He's got to uncork something here to move up. Top 8 make the 2-run final, which will be held Wednesday night here at the Extreme Games. Again to the launch box. And a solid stair grab late 180. Rotating in the air at the last possible moment.
The big steps.
You can't do a soul grind any better than that.
Matt Salerno currently in 8th place, which would get him into the finals, but nothing is certain.
And a nice high air right to start it off. And a very, very late 180.
The pyramid and now to the wedge. What am I doing? Good question.
Oh, unbelievable trick. A sideways flip, taking it in backwards.
Now the hitbox going to the rail. On the day of the finals, it was thought that a veteran such as Arlo Eisenberg would prevail. Or maybe it would be Chris Edwards, the airman, taking his art form to the street. Matt Salerno would have a thing or two to say about that, because Edwards was competing only hours after having had a fever of 102. He was not sharp. Arlo Eisenberg never had it together. It turned out to be Salerno's day. As high as the sky, Matt Salerno really went off in his first round. He was in 2nd place, did a lot of tricks where he was going directly head over heels, and now he throws a spinner in, perhaps responding to what Jack Lone put up there.
Solid 540 over the pyramid. And a rotating flip, just to show everybody he can do a little of both.
So did he get the message? Is he throwing more difficulty in his launches here in the 2nd round?
Definitely seems to be. And a nice rail slide. He knows what the judges are looking for. They're looking for everything. The all-around best skater today is going to take this home.
Here comes the big launch.
And a huge nude air to a soul grind 540 off of the rail.
A kid from down under comes to Newport and shows the fans, including his father Albert, that he can be #1. The veteran Tom Fry finishes 4th, Arlo Eisenberg 6th. 3 teenagers take the top 3 spots, led by Matt Salerno, who's only been on inlines for a year and a half. Wait till he gets good.
Was it trick or just a treat? B. Harden worked extra hard on the railroad and took over the platform, winning the inline best trick competition at Fort Adams State Park. The Extreme Games. The world and sports will never be the same.